Hi, I'm Autumn Skeens with Autumn Colors, here to talk about Seint makeup. Have you heard of Seint makeup? If you have not, where have you been? It is a very popular makeup with good reason, and I am going to break down the HAC concept of Seint. HAC being highlight and contour. Seint was founded in 2013 by our founder, Kara. It was her mission to make women feel beautiful with the skin that they're in. No need to cover up your skin with layers and layers of makeup. The goal of Seint is one layer, highlight what you want highlighted, maybe diminish what you don't love so much about your face, but all the while keeping your face as beautiful as it is and natural looking, and not trying to make yourself look like a completely different person, because why would you want to? You're beautiful the way you are. Seint just helps you highlight the things you want to highlight about your face. So let's get started. Seint, it's awesome. I love it. I want you to love it. So let me tell you why it's awesome. All my makeup fits right in here. So that in itself is awesome to me. I have got my foundation, I have my concealer, my contour, my blush, my bronzer, my lip and cheek, my illuminator, my setting powder, all in one. I have ditched my makeup bag forever. My makeup bag was big. Most of the junk fell to the bottom. I had no idea what was even in the bottom, but I felt like I should keep it in case I might need it one day. No, I take this with me. I'm ready to go out the door. I have this. I have my brush. I'm out the door. The only thing I don't have in this case is my mascara, because we've not found a way to stick that inside here yet. It's coming, I know it is. So, Seint makeup is wonderful. Why else is it wonderful other than being so convenient on the go? It is great for your skin. Seint does not contain all the alcohol that most foundations contain. It is non-drying to your skin. It does not settle into your wrinkles, into your, just the cracks in your face. It does not settle like that. It is long wearing. It is a buildable coverage. If you want really light, you use one of our light covered brushes. If you want really heavy, use a heavier kind of brush. So it's just awesome. And I'm gonna show you now how to do it, because if you've seen it, it might look a little funky and it might look a little time consuming, but I can tell you that it is not. I get my whole face done in less than about 6 minutes when I'm not talking to you nice people and no one's bothering me. So let's get started. What do you apply your makeup with? Seint has an array of brushes. We have brushes that go from the lightest coverage that you want to the heaviest coverage that you want. Are our brushes important? Yes. I tell everyone our brushes are just every bit as important as the makeup itself. Our brushes are all double-ended, more bang for your buck. They are great quality. I've had these brushes for over a year. I clean them very frequently. I'm not missing any bristles. They are still in as great a shape as when I got them a year ago. They're awesome. They're very important. People have bought makeup without buying the brushes, and they call me and they're like, oh, I wish I got a brush. I'm like, yes, I wish you had got a brush too, because it's very, very important. Now, different kinds of brushes apply different ways on your face. This is our detail brush. I love this brush because it's got a nice flat end that you can really do some contour work. It's got a small end that you can really get in around your eyes to do some concealing. So that's what we're gonna start with today. Today, I am mainly focusing on HAC, highlight and contour. I'll do videos about lip and cheek. I'll do videos about eyeshadow, about eyebrows, about how to conceal sunspots and freckles. But for today, we're keeping it basic, HAC. So what do we start out with? We start out with a brush. You will, actually, that's a big fat lie. Where do you start out? You start out by sending me a selfie. How do you even get this palette in your hands? You send me a selfie. Let me give you the requirements for a selfie. No bathroom selfies, because there's artificial light in the bathroom. Casts a really unflattering orange, yellow glow to your skin. It's not your most accurate color, I promise. Don't send me a bathroom selfie. The best selfie is go in front of a window. See that window back there? Go in front of your window. Natural light coming in, pull the curtains back, open up those shades, take about 3 feet back, hold your arm out, clean the little button that's the camera so it's nice and non-smudged, and snap a selfie. I wanna see your face, I wanna see your neck, I wanna see like this much of your chest, because we want everything to match. Very rarely does someone have the exact same shade going from here to here. It just doesn't happen. So I wanna see all those areas of your face, because that's gonna help me give you the best color match possible. That being said, once I have your selfie, I will build you a palette. It will be a palette customized for you. If you want to start with a few things, we start with a few things. If you want the whole gamut, we do the whole palette. This is for you. I do not try to give you anything more than what you want. So you tell me what your goals are, what your needs are, and then we go from there. So I make it very much about what you want. It's not a one size fits all. So now that you have your palette, once you've sent me your selfie, and I've color matched you, and you've ordered your makeup, and your palette is in your hands. Now, you have your brush. Like I said, this is the detail brush. This is a medium to full coverage. So detail brush, you've got that nice flat end. You're going to open up your palette. I teach you on my Facebook beauty group how to organize your palette. Here, just to kind of give you a little rundown, you've got your main highlight, which we're going to talk about, your contour color, and your brightening. Those are our goals today. Now, this is my lip and cheek, just to give you what's up with my palette. These are my bronzing colors. I put two together because they are gorgeous. This is my setting powder, my illuminator, and my lip conditioner because I love a gloss. And some of our lip and cheeks are matte. So this is just a little rundown. Your palette may look different, how you decide to set it up. It's very personal. This in here is what I've got for my eyeshadow look today for blue eyes. I'm doing a blue-eyed look to post later on. And then I just have odds and ends on the bottom. Other colors I might want to change out. But what I love is that it's all right here. I love that. Okay, let's get started. Because most people want to see, what does this look like? Can I do it? I promise you can do this. I've always loved makeup, but I've never been like the best makeup putter oner in the world. You know what I mean? I never wore contour. I just put on one flat color all over my face, even though I've since learned that we are not all one color on our face. If you look at my face, I have got lots of different colors going on. Because I'm freckles, I got freckles. Because I'm in my 40s, I've got sunspots. It's just the way that it goes when you get older. So why would I want to put one color foundation all over my face when my face isn't all one color? So I'm going to teach you why we don't do that and how to do this makeup. Brush, the end, it's time. I start with contour. Again, I contour your color depending on your selfie. You just dab this in. A little bit goes a long way. You dab, you contour out your forehead. Why do we do that? This is going to minimize how big my forehead is. You know what I mean? It's going to make it look smaller. Contouring is all about minimizing what we want minimized. I'm going to do some little play up on my cheekbones. Contour is a cooling color. Dab, dab, dab. Now we're going for the cheekbones. I want to have some really nice high cheekbones. Think about Maleficent in Angelina Jolie in Maleficent. Maybe not quite that bladed, but some nice high cheekbones. So I'm going to create the illusion because I don't have them. Or if I do, they're underneath some extra skin right here. I don't know what's going on. But how do you find your cheekbones? Come up here to the top of your ear and feel right down here on this bone. We are going to go right beneath that bone. So I just dabbed in there. We are just going to do a little contouring. Now, you don't want to go too far down. You do not want to go more than about to the edge of your eye. But this is going to give us the illusion of some nice sharp cheekbones. Come over here, same thing. Now, Seint makeup is a cream base. Cream makeup is very forgiving, thank goodness, because, like I said, you don't have to be professional. I do not want anybody to look at this makeup and think, I cannot do it. Cream makeup is forgiving. If you get a little too heavy-handed with your contour, if you get down a little too far, it does not matter. We're gonna blend this sucker together. Now, what am I doing now? I am doing my contour along my jawline. This is gonna get rid of any little extra got going on right here. It's just gonna create a nice, sharp jawline. Again, Seint is all about minimizing what we want minimized, but maximizing what we want maximized. I want some good cheekbones, but I wanna minimize a little extra that I got down here. Okay, and that's it for contour. We'll contour the nose here in just a minute, but that's it for the basic. You kind of think about doing a big 3, if that's easier to remember, big 3. Okay, main highlight, as it sounds, is the main part of your face. Again, this is gonna be matched to your skin tone. I take my brush, just dab, 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 and we are going through the main parts of our face. This is not a, think about pushing the makeup in. See, I got a little bit right there, that's okay. Pushing the makeup into your skin. We're not swiping, we are just pushing. I come above where my contour is, because I don't want to go on top of the contour because I do not want to have multiple layers of makeup, and I don't want to get on top of what I just worked really hard for. Let me fix that real quick. See? It's very, very forgiving. Look at that. I just blend that away. So again, you just go back in here. It's just a dab. You don't swipe into your compact because you're going to get way too much. This makeup is meant to last you. Your main should last you at least 3 months. If you're, as you're first starting out, it might be 2.5. But once you're a professional at this, which will take you maybe about 3 times, your main is gonna last you at least 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It's all depending. Everybody's a little different. Mine lasts me 4 months, but everybody's a little different. And I wear makeup every day. Okay, so I went below the contour, I went above the contour, below, above, and right through here. Now I'm just dabbing, put a lip right here on my nose. I love how this covers up the redness of my nose. I always get a little red right through here, through my mask area. Now I'm not going too close to my eyes because that is going to be saved for my concealer area. As I said, we try to go 1 layer makeup. So I'm not going to put concealer on top of my highlight foundation because we want 1 layer. Now I'm coming underneath here, right underneath my contour line. Gonna go down just a little bit, not too far, because again, that's also where we're gonna put our concealer, which we call it a brightening highlight. Okay, and that was 2 colors, really fast. Now, we are going to do our brightening, which is just about 1 to 2 shades lighter than your main. It's not super bright because the older you get, you do not want anything super bright right here because it's going to accentuate any fine lines, any wrinkles you have going on. So we're just going about 1 to 2 shades lighter than our main highlight. So same brush, flipping it around. I am just dabbing very lightly into my main. I'm gonna do a line here. I'm gonna do a line here. See how it's not super bright? That is on purpose because we don't want anything super bright because it is going to accentuate fine lines. Giving my husband the death stare because he's being a little loud. Now we are creating like a little line down the center of our face for brightening. That is going to just cause the eyes to look right through here, through your eyes. It's just a line of brightening, keeps everything nice and bright. If you had a rough night's sleep, you'll never know it because you're just brightening everything up right through here. Now, I'm gonna do a very quick contour of the nose. I get lots of questions about contour. This is our multitask tool. Love this tool. It's got this nice flat end. It's got a nice pointy end like to do for some eyeliner work. We're gonna work on the flat end. I am dipping this into my contour color. Now when you contour out your nose, I had never contoured my nose before. Never really even thought about it. When you contour your nose, you are wanting to come in and make straight line down. You don't want to go out because that is going to make your nose look wide. You want a nice thin line straight down the middle. Taking my ring finger, dipping into my brightening, coming right down here. And that is it. That is the whole HAC system, highlight and contour. And that's all we're going to focus on today. How do we get all this loveliness blended in? I will show you. We are going to use this brush. This brush, when I tell people about their palette, I recommend this brush. I recommend this brush. If they've got a little extra, I recommend the multitask tool. This brush number 1, this brush number 2. This is my blush and bronzer brush. It is my blending brush. I love it. So I'm gonna start with the dark parts of my face. I come down here. I am just blending this down, my neckline. We always want to keep everything nice and matching. We don't want any harsh lines. Now I'm blending down here, but this is the only time that you blend down. Otherwise, we are blending up. We want everything to rise to the top. Everything nice and high, don't want anything sagging. So I start down there, then I go to the next part of my dark color, which is my contour. I am just very lightly, it's a dab, it's a light swirl, going up into my hairline. You see, now it's just, this is creating more of a shadow. See how we still have that harsh line? On this side, it's just this shadow to give us some nice, the illusion of a nice high cheekbone. Same thing over here, I don't do too hard. Just a very light and a flick up. A light blend, flick up. Again with my hairline, don't want anything crazy looking. Come up here to my forehead, pushing up. Again, we want everything rising to the top, nothing sagging. Right to the hairline to get everything nice and blend it in. Okay, that's it for that. Now I'm going to go here to my nose. I am going to very lightly push in. We do not want to move the product around, so I'm just pushing in very lightly. Pushing in. And so now I come right here and there. Now I've still kept the contour very lightly. Now, the rest of the time it's just blending. How do we blend? If I were to take this brush and do big swapping motions, it's gonna move the product. It's gonna move my contour down to here, my contour down to here. So we're just going to push. We are pushing into our skin, right here. Push. Push it. Push, push, push. Come up here. Be very gentle when you push around your eyes, but right around the eyes. Push. I'm going to go over the eyelids because our highlight colors are a great eyeshadow primer. I'm all about everything working together to let me use less product. Push, push, push. Now, as I'm doing this, I know you're thinking, how much does this cost? What I love about Seint is you just buy things as you run out. So, of course, the first initial purchase is going to be the only time you're going to buy that many tins of makeup at one time. But one tin of foundation is $14. And like I said, that will last you 3 to 4 months. That is a whole lot less than I was spending on my other makeup. Because you'll need a tin. Now I'm just doing a little swirl motion just very lightly here to marry the two, to marry my contour together up there and to marry my highlight color. Very gentle. Anyway, because you'll need your main highlight, your brightening highlight, which is your concealer, and your contour. Each of those are 14. But contour, because you only use it on those few spaces, that'll last you 6 months at least. And the brightening, because you only literally use it right there, that'll last you at least 6 months, if not longer. So very, very comparable money-wise. Okay, and then you just kind of go around and you see, this is just a pushing motion. You make sure everything looks nice and blended. Pushing in, here. And there you go. And it's still me. It still looks just like I did, just maybe a smidge better. So I have brought me in some cheekbones. I've minimized the width here of my forehead. Got me a nice sharp jawline going on so you don't see as much of that double chin. And that's it. And that is the highlight and contour, the HAC system of Seint. That's just a very general, basic introduction to Seint. Now I'm gonna do some, in the next week, I'm gonna do some eyeshadow looks videos. I'm gonna show you some lip and cheeks. I'm gonna show you some illuminators. Now, that's it. What I will do after this is, because it's summertime especially, I am going to take our vanilla dust. Our vanilla dust is our setting powder right here. Again, it was in my palette too. Just to set my makeup for the day. Just pushing in. And this is just setting my makeup for the day. Seint is gives you a dewy glow, a dewy look, a dewy glow, a youthful glow. But if you are more used to a matte finish, this setting powder is going to matte your makeup, plus let it set for the day. So there we go. Hope that has been helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I am ready to do a color match on you. Send me a selfie, and you can tell me in the comments. You can send it to me we can talk about it. Tell me in the comments if you want a selfie. I will send you exactly how to do that. You can join my Facebook group. If you like this video, subscribe so you won't miss the next video. But welcome to Seint, and I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments how you liked it, and I will see you soon.